Hello, welcome. Welcome. This is the global community for adults who are healing CPTSD. My name is Athena, and we have all been showing up here together for over 10 years now. We come together once a week. We have been sharing what's been working for us in our healing journey, and we also share things that haven't been working so well in our healing journey. We do our best to make this space a safe enough space for adults who would like to come together with other like-minded adults who are healing CPTSD, repeated relational trauma. You know, it's interesting. I got invited to share today with a group of ladies, and it was really interesting and eye-opening and also very rewarding. I want to read to you what I got to share with them. It's very brief. It's kind of like just sort of a blurb of just letting people know who I am and what it is that I am wanting to share about and what I'm welcoming questions about at an event. And so I'm going to read to you what I got a chance to say. I said, "Hi friends, I help run a nonprofit organization for adults who are healing from childhood trauma. We provide daily support between therapy appointments. So when you go see your superhero supporters every week, therapists, social workers, counselors, and other care providers, you are able to receive and experience the best support possible from them. When we feel supported every day rather than once a week or once every couple weeks, this makes a huge difference in our overall well-being. We do our best to make sure you feel seen, heard, valued, and understood, all within the safe container of our confidential and private online platform. We provide daily trauma-informed touch points and peer support calls 365 days a year and 366 in leap year. 100% virtual since 2014. We would love to support and empower your healing journey. Thank you for having me. I'm from CPTSD Foundation, the Foundation for Post-Traumatic Healing and Complex Trauma Research, and you can find us at cptsdfoundation.org. And just a small note, we provide support between your therapy appointments. We do not provide individual therapy." So that was my little blurb that I got an opportunity to share today. And I got to tell you, I felt very honored that I got a chance to share that. And I always feel really honored when I get to come here and be with you all and just sort of share. So thank you. If you're just joining us, we are coming together here. It's Monday, September 9th, 2024, and we are celebrating CPTSD Awareness Month. You can learn about that here. Let me put the link in the chat box. It's also in the pinned comment and in the description section of the video. And we come here every single week. We are going to practice some slow breathing together. We also have a meditation written by Morgan Harper Nichols. Her artwork is what you see up on the screen. We have our compassionate healing strategy written by Dr. Ariel Schwartz from her book, A Practical Guide to Complex PTSD, Compassionate Healing Strategies to Begin Healing Childhood Trauma. Then we have our Loving the Self affirmation written by Lisa A. Romano. And I did bring a quote from everyone's favorite, Young Pueblo, from his most recent book, The Way Forward. So thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Let me just go ahead and check in the chat box and say hi to everyone who is here for our time together. Let's see here. My glasses are really causing me a little bit of an issue today for some reason. I don't know what it is. Hello, warm welcome to you, Kate and Kitty, and oh, John Harvey. It's so good to see you. I am so sorry for your loss. My hand is on my heart. So deeply sorry. We are here beside you, and please let us know how we can best support you. Okay? I'm sending you so much love. Warm welcome to you, Lisa. Warm welcome to you, Emily. Warm welcome to you, Dilly Gaff. Good to see you. I feel like I may have met you once before. Regardless, it's great to have you with us. Hello. I'm waving back to you, Jeffrey Sherman. Really great to have you here, each of you. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to just do some slow breath work together. And if breath work isn't really your thing, that's okay. The good news is you're going to be breathing the whole time anyway, and you don't have to do it a certain way. You can just simply be with your breath. Okay? My invitation to you would be to simply maybe, if it feels okay, just maybe place one hand on your heart space and one hand on your belly. And we're just gonna have some slow breaths together, okay? And a couple of pieces of really good news is two of the best ways to regulate our nervous system and to feel a sense of peace and ease and feel less hypervigilant and even less depressed. Because, CPTSD, it's an overgiver. So there's the depressive presentation of CPTSD, and then there's the anxious presentation of CPTSD. So the good news is we get to address both of those just by simply, first, choosing to breathe, and second, choosing to be here in this room, this virtual room, together. Two things you're already doing, and they're two of the best scientifically proven ways to feel more peace and ease. What we do is we activate our parasympathetic nervous system whenever we extend our exhale twice as long as our inhale. So here we go. Breathe in and out. And in. And out. Again. Last time, breathe in and out. Beautiful breath work. Well done. Just offering so much comfort and care for anyone who might need it in the chat box. Warm welcome to anyone I haven't greeted by name. Hello to you, Midnight Blue, Nadine. Hello to anyone else. Hello to you, Hattie. Just sending so much love and comfort. So we are going to read our meditation written by Morgan Harper Nichols. And if you look up at the description section, or rather the title section of our videos, what we're doing this week is we are finding ways to be more gentle with ourselves. And I know many of you have been here for several years. We've been coming together once a week or so for over 10 years, and I recognize many of you being here for a very long time. And as you know, I will usually say something along the lines of, please be extra kind and patient and gentle with yourselves. So the entire focus this week is finding ways to be gentle with ourselves. Morgan says, no matter what you do or do not accomplish today, be kind to yourself. For no matter the tasks at hand, there is a larger picture here, and every movement you make today is a part of it. It's not that you have to try and quantify the value and meaning of every single thing you do today, but at the same time, you can remember that your presence here is not in vain. There will be some days where you might feel ready to give your all in a rejuvenated way. And there might be other days where you might be moving through it all at a little bit more slowly, or perhaps you are somewhere in between, but wherever you are free to be kind to yourself. Let us consider one of the following phrases to hold on to this week based on whatever feels right and best for you. First option here is, today I feel prepared and equipped for the tasks at hand. I will be kind to myself as I move through the day by taking breaks when needed, celebrating small victories, and reminding myself that it's okay to ask for help. Next option. Today, even though I feel overwhelmed, I will recognize that no matter what, I am free to take things one step at a time to prioritize my well-being and to adjust my expectations. Next phrase, next option. Today, I feel a mix of emotions. I will be kind to myself by acknowledging these feelings without judgment and allowing myself the space to feel and seeking comfort in activities that bring me joy. And our last option that we can consider Today, I feel a sense of calm. I will be kind to myself by embracing this peace, taking time to reflect and appreciate the moment, and carrying this tranquility into my interactions with others. May we move through our day more gentle, being more gentle with ourselves, giving energy where we need to give energy, and resting when we need to rest. Just checking in with you. How does that feel for you? Hello. Great to see you, Recovery Buddy. How are you, Ninja Taco? Hello to anyone else I didn't get a chance to greet by name. Hello, Mandy J and Lil J. I didn't get a chance to say hi to you. It's so good to see everyone. Thank you for your presence. You're so welcome, Lisa. Kate, did I get a chance to say hello? I think I said hello to you right when I very first got here, but just wanted to pause and just say hello. Really grateful for this space. Really grateful that we get to come together here every single week. So we have our compassionate healing strategy written by Dr. Ariel Schwartz. And this week, one of the ways that we are learning to be more gentle and kind with ourselves is by checking in and glancing at the thoughts that we have and just observing them. We don't harshly judge our thoughts or do anything to them. We simply glance at them and we think to ourselves, is this thought helpful or is it unhelpful? It's super important that we don't label our thoughts good and bad. Super, super important. So if you can figure out and check in with yourself if you find them to be helpful or unhelpful, that's great. But let's just listen to what Dr. Ariel says here. I'm on page 58 and 59 of Dr. Ariel's book, A Practical Guide to Complex PTSD, Compassionate Strategies to Begin Healing Childhood Trauma. Dr. Ariel says, this mindfulness practice invites us to become the compassionate witness of our thoughts, through which we build our capacity to non-judgmentally and lovingly accept ourselves. We can do this by using the structure of a meditation practice. So, since meditation can sometimes feel super intimidating, what we could do is just approach this slowly and gently here together for the next few minutes. You can do this on your own if you'd like, and just set a timer on your phone or on a clock nearby so that you don't need to worry and wonder what time it is. But for now, while we're here together, let's just slowly consider finding a comfortable seated position, or you can lie down if that's most comfortable for you. And if you happen to be walking or driving, please be safe. If you'd like to sit in a chair or on a cushion, or if you're lying down, whatever allows you to be comfortable for the next several minutes that we do this together. Now, consider observing your thoughts with the intention of noticing whether each thought feels helpful or unhelpful. Now, it's important here to note that we're not judging our thoughts as good or bad, but rather Dr. Ariel's invitation here is to simply recognize the difference between thoughts that create greater ease and those that might create distress. The goal of this practice is to create clarity of mind. We can give ourselves permission to let go of any thoughts that create cloudiness or confusion. So some examples of unhelpful thoughts. So unhelpful thoughts are unkind, unrealistic, overgeneralized, self-diminishing, shaming, or any thoughts that you might have that are filled with self-hatred. These types of thoughts are often fueled by the inner critic, which is oftentimes someone else's voice disguised as our own. So some other signs of some unhelpful thoughts include harsh judgments of yourself or harsh judgments of others, and looping ruminations that fuel a feeling of hopelessness. So some examples of unhelpful type thoughts would be things like, I'm worthless, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, I'll never get anything right, I'll never get better, I'm never going to heal, no one's ever going to love me, I can't trust anyone, there's nobody trustworthy, and nobody can live up to my standards. I'm fat, ugly, clumsy, stupid, dumb, ridiculous, annoying. All of these types of thoughts can be very unhelpful, as they do not provide a feeling of peace and ease. So as we explore the kinds of unhelpful thoughts that arise for us, let us notice if there are particular thoughts that keep coming back. So are these thoughts that keep coming back, are they familiar? Perhaps we can ask ourselves where and from whom we learned these negative messages about ourselves or about the world. And now the next stage of this practice is for us to release those unhelpful thoughts, and then we can replace them with helpful and more accurate thoughts. So let's do like a visual. So picture releasing thoughts. So let's say I'm walking in nature and I'm walking by a stream, and let's say my unhelpful thoughts are a big basket full of dandelions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry my big basket of dandelions, these unhelpful thoughts that I'm having, and I'm going to toss them into the stream. I'm going to scatter them. And the stream is going to be moving along and taking these dandelions as far downstream as they can possibly go, into the ocean or into another body of water. The stream is going to take all of these dandelions down to another place. So let's together imagine that we are sitting on the bank or walking alongside the bank of the stream or the river, and we are sending forth our unhelpful thoughts to continue downstream. Now, let's think about what kind of new and helpful thoughts that we would like to say to ourselves instead. So, if you have any helpful thoughts that you want to share in the chat box, please feel free to do so. Dr. Ariel has given us a list here of some that might be compassionate statements that we can try saying to ourselves if it feels like a good idea, if it's something that you'd like to try. Here are some examples. She says, I accept myself just as I am. I do not need to be perfect in order to be loved. I am enough just as I am. I deserve to be treated with kindness and respect. And while I cannot trust everyone, I can find some people who are trustworthy. I am only human, and I will be accepting of my mistakes. Other people are only human, so I will be accepting of their mistakes. Let's take a slow breath together. Dr. Ariel says, as we complete this practice, let's take a few moments to notice how we feel when we speak to ourselves with kindness and accuracy. Do we notice any changes in how we feel emotionally? How do we feel in the body? Can we imagine how our behaviors might change as a result of this practice? And remember, repeated practice will help us create lasting change. Let's notice what happens when we experiment with the cultivation of helpful thoughts as a routine. Let's take one more slow breath together. We have our quote from Young Pueblo this week. I'm on page 178 of his book titled The Way Forward. I love this quote, right in alignment with our theme this week of finding ways to be kind and gentle with ourselves. He says, if you need to take it slow, do so boldly. The speed of society can be exhausting. Technology can feel draining. The false sense of competition that exists in your mind can decrease your happiness. Personal success is more likely when you focus on your healing path and live without rushing. I love that. I've been challenging myself lately to do things in a slow, unhurried sort of a way. One of my girlfriends and I, each time we meet up with one another, like every week or two, when we meet up, we always remind one another, no rushing, take your time. I think it's so helpful to do that because I know if I'm the only person in my life that's committed to not rushing, I'm probably not going to be very successful in not rushing. So it's nice to sort of have like a slow down, no rushing type of accountability partner. So it's really helpful that she and I remind one another, no rushing. Let's see if you all found some helpful statements that you could think about yourself here. Let's see here. For some reason, my screen is frozen. Let's see. For some reason, my screen is frozen and I can't get my chat box to scroll so that I can read. What a bummer. Well, I'm going to read our Loving the Self affirmation written by Lisa A. Romano, and I'm going to just breathe and hope that whatever helpful thoughts you can think about yourself If you'd like to share them in the chat box, that would be wonderful. You might inspire someone to think that kind of a kind thought with someone else. I mean, you might inspire someone else to think that kind thought about themselves if you share your idea of a kind thought in the chat box. Lisa says, I know that when I was small and my mind was impressionable, I internalized much of the negativity that was around me. I may have unknowingly learned to believe that I was unworthy because others could not express love the way my young mind would have liked them to. I am beginning to understand that I was always worthy, even when others were not loving me the way my child's mind would have liked them to. Reorganizing my perception about me will help me love me more. I hope you loved today as much as I did. I got to share with you the Awareness Day activities have been very, very, very encouraging. Let me see if I can find a link for Awareness Month. Thank you all who have purchased wristbands, the CPTSD Awareness Day wristbands, and thank you all who have attended the workshop with Marley Liss, and then all of the daily audios that I have over there for you. There you go. There's a link. So there's also a 30-day dance challenge, because the theme this year is reclaiming our sensuality and our sexual autonomy after trauma. So reclaiming our body in gentle ways that feel safe is really, it can be challenging. So there's all kinds of different options and ideas, and there was a workshop with Marley Liss last Thursday. This coming Friday, there's a workshop for all who identify as female and non-binary, and that is with a wonderful community member of ours named Chris, who helps run a rescue shelter for survivors in Germany. And then a couple days later, we have our continuing education workshop with a sex therapist named Erin. And that is going to be on Sunday. That's really exciting. And again, it's for anyone who wants to attend. But if you happen to be a care provider who wants to help your patients and clients to reclaim their bodies and reclaim their sensuality and sexual autonomy after trauma, then continuing education, the CEs are provided for you. It's just included. So it's a fundraiser. It's our annual fundraiser. So, and then the following Friday, there's a workshop for all who identify as male and non-binary. And that is with a gentleman named Graham in Australia, who is an author and a speaker specializing in specifically working with men who are wanting to reclaim their sensuality and their sexual autonomy. And he deals specifically with men's issues, anger, and how that relates to connection and vulnerability and intimacy. And then we also have another workshop with Marley Liss on restorative justice, which is super powerful, and that's coming up, I think, a week from Thursday. It's on the link that I gave you. But thank you all so much for your support of CPTSD awareness. This is our 5th annual. It's hard to believe. This is my 10th year doing this work in this community, and I gotta say, it's really humbling and fulfilling and very, very healing. I feel honored to be able to heal right alongside with so many of you. So thank you for your presence in this community. Thank you for being here on Mondays. And thank you to John Harvey and Ninja Taco and Kira and so many others who help us to keep the chat box a safe space for everyone to come and check in and to be here every single week. So I hope to see you over there, away from social media. That would be awesome. But if for some reason I am unable to see you over there, I will be back here next Monday and every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So please be extra kind and patient and gentle with yourselves because you're worth it. And I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.